and then you can click on what test you want to have. And then when you go to test, go ahead and click out of there. Then it's going to have it listed up here per name. You've all dealt with that. Okay. Now what we want, if there's no questions, any at all, let's go to the testing, because there's some ways that we are not all together. Like I talked to someone about the sit and reach and stuff, but it's a review for some of you. So let's just talk about the testing and setting it up. We have a student come in. We're in a room back there, so one student will come in, and I have them to go. They know where to stand. They come stand here, and then I'll say step on. Rachel, you want to do this since you're kind of fit and we're not? I'm not. Would you stand over on that side, please? And it sounds like I belong at Disneyland, the way I start saying this, and even the kids are like, gosh, put your hands inside and have fun is what you should end up with what you're saying. So, first of all, we can mess around with these testing, because this is last trimester. That's why we wanted to have it over here. Let me pick a girl here. You're going to be Brianna Duvall. Okay, she's one of my top athletes too.
She's awesome.
So I'm going to come over here and click on this little yellow square box by weight, and you click on it, and then it's going to say continue.
All right.
It's going to say continue. They cannot touch the scale at all or be on it at all.
Bring your camera around
until you push to continue. So then you push continue down here, and then you ask her, step on, stand still, please. Step on, stand still.
Shoes are off. Jeans.
You're not getting
Brett,
I won't say her weight, but the weight is not graded. Okay, it's something that we do for the scale.
I
thought you were going to say the weight is not great. I'm going, what?
Her shoes are very heavy. I can tell you, those are big shoes. Then not letting them leave the scale. That's why I have the bar right there. You say grab the bar, and they'll get it set up. While they're grabbing the bar, you can then go to bicep strength and click on that little measurement. And then you want to make sure, these are some big things because they'll cheat their butts off. You want to make sure that their arms are at a 90-degree angle, okay? Their grip is somewhat shoulder width apart, the arms at 90-degree angles. Here's some ways they cheat. They pull their elbows to their belly and lever it, or they'll go back and lift up on their shoulders and up. That's ways they cheat.
Lean back. Yeah.
Some of them even been trying to I'm just going to use my legs. And that doesn't help much at all because it's taking
it doesn't
move. Okay? But we say elbows to the rib cage. If they start doing this, or they start levering, stop, got to redo it. Just put their elbow right there at the rib cage, and then you go continue after you look like, and you change the height with this way. You know, the shorter person, of course, you're going to have it go down lower, and taller, you're going to go up. But see how she's standing there, and the arms are at 90 degrees. Then you push start rep, and it'll count off. Pull it. Pull, 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 pull.
It's a 5-second count.
Pull, 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 pull. Good. Okay. Then you say set the bar down, please. And step off. And then I usually have a wall back here.
The wall's really important.
The wall's an important part of this next test. So they're at a 90-degree angle, and their back is up against it. Some of them will cheat, try to put the rope out with their fingers. Some will be like lean up with just their shoulders, blades against it, and then they'll be able to go further where they're not at a 90-degree angle with their body, because it's taking how far you're going from this point 90 degrees down. If they're like this, they're going to get more inches. Okay. So what we'll do is.
Because it's a hip flex test. That's what it's actually called. The hip flex.
Yeah. But we'd like to have a wall. Let's just say here's the garbage can as a wall. Go ahead and put your feet right up against there. You can have them go right up against the wall like this, and then this moves. So you go, okay, keep your legs straight, arms straight, keep a tight fist is what I try to teach them, to tell them to do. So then I like being on this side.
I always tell them to keep their shoulders all the way back.
Shoulders all the way back.
Yep.
And if they don't, then they lose an inch.
Yeah.
So as long as their shoulders are tight back against the wall, then they're going to gain that extra inch or half inch.
So then you click on this measurement here, and continue once you look at her that she's at a 90. See how this lady is here. Then push continue again. Grab this, arm straight out,
I know.
arm straight out. Keep a tight fist. Some of them will reach with their fingers, and when they get underneath here too, you got like
I've
that.
watched some of you just put it in their thumbs like this, and their hands are forward, and that keeps them from rolling it.
Yeah.
Which that's a good
I have
idea.
them
I've
going
seen
through
that.
the fingers like this, I see the thumbs, and they can't roll it.
Yeah. All your little tricks of the trade.
You
That's
have to
perfect.
figure it all out.
Yeah.
And then
Modify.
you go ready, reach
I can't do this
as far as you can. You want as a teacher to grab a hold of that so that it doesn't fling out. And if you look at ours, let me put it back. Thank you, Rachel. If you look at ours, we've taped ours because we don't want the string to break off the wood.
Because then it'll go up into the machine,
Duct
and
tape
you have
it.
to send it away to get it fixed.
Yeah. But I take it out of their hand and put it in there every time. I don't let anybody just let it go. It shows you're not bad. That's pretty good flexibility. And then you close out, and she's done. Okay. To get the push up and the 1.5 miles and the curl ups on there, we have palms. Where's yours at? Oh, right here. And you
It's
go
on
to
the
pull our
pocket.
Trifit.
Is that a good to know, or did you find me one?
No, that one came when I first was working with the district. Cindy gave that to me. So mine's an upgrade
Because
from
that looks like an upgrade.
the other ones.
Yeah,
I'm still using mine, old one from.
We have to
many years
crank
ago.
it though.
Yeah.
I still use those.
So
To get it going.
this is really neat. Now most of you used to have one. I have your old one, Dave's old one, and I've used your battery out of it. But you can push on, coach. We can go over this another time, but it comes up with push up, curl up, and 1.5 miles. And so you do the push up and curl up, and you can just go down the lines and get their scores for them as they're doing them. Okay, we test about 3 or 4 people at a time, and we'll tap them on their shoe or say you're not getting down deep enough, go a little lower, and then if you keep continuously doing it, we say you haven't done it right yet. Okay, same with the curl ups, but you can record them in here, and then the best thing about this is the cardio timer. You load this in by using the Trifit machine. You sync it, and it'll load up your classes in here. And then you can go out.
You could probably just do it now. It wouldn't matter
Yeah,
on the
it
time.
wouldn't matter? So you go to Tools, and it goes to Cardio Timer, and then go up here to this drop down and click on that, and it'll say 1.5 miles on mine. And then you can start everybody. Now, if you have 5 people absent or 2 people with doctor's notes, you just touch the name. Like say that
Sort 'em out.
Darwin Dempsey isn't here, so I push that name. He's absent. Then I push sort, and it takes him off of that. And it takes a second to get him removed from that list, so you don't have an improper time for him. It's done. Now all I have to do is go out to the starting line and say, on your mark, get set, go, and I push start. And then me and Coach Halliday walk up. When they come by, they come and say, Coach Halbert finished. Their last name and say finished, and we just push stop, 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 stop. Then you say save data, connect it to your sync, the cradle.
Yeah, I didn't bring the cradle out.
Okay, the cradle goes into here, you sync it in there, and you just push sync, and it's going to send all your scores to the Trifit machine.
And I usually delay the 1.5 miles, especially when you don't know the kids' names and you're trying to look for them. So I delay about 10 seconds that first time because I don't know them. And when they're coming in, I'm looking for them by their last names. I find them. Usually it's really close, that 10-second variation.
You mean before you hit start?
Yep. So when he says go, then I go
You
1,000,
wait
till it's
2
worked on.
Okay.
1,000, 3
I've
1,000,
talked to
and then
Diane,
start.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, we'll get to the heart rate monitors, but there's a lot of neat things coming up on those things too later on using some other sensors, but we'll get to them in a bit. So you've sunk that. Now, to print it, you just go up to print, and we'll just kind of jump ahead a little bit here. You go up here to print, and if you just want to print one student, you go to graphical summary. And we'll print, your name's Brianna DeWall now, okay? But we'll print
And here it is. You got it.
Rachel's. Print, graphical summary, just we'll do just this last test that you just did. And you can do the pre-test, you can do the post-test, you can do both of them combined, and it's just by clicking on those boxes. But this is just the second one that you just did. Now your mile and a half won't be on here, but you probably can beat her in the mile and a half.
And here's the girl that she took the place of.
Yeah, this is Brianna DeWalls. This is her last one that she did.
This is just the pre-test for another girl.
And this is the pre-test, if you want to pass that around.
8:52 mile and a half?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
She beat all the boys and was ahead of everybody by at least a minute, 30 seconds.
And here's
So,
Coach
a minute.
bicep strength
You
manual.
did that on
One
purpose.
tough
Pick
person.
the strongest girl.
He knew she was good. But you notice she went down on her bicep strength.
Yeah, she was a
She
track
went from
athlete,
40
soccer
something to
player.
38.
She does everything. She would be a best mile runner. Mile and a half, big mile runner.